Welcome to Kathy's Renewed You.
Hi, I'm Kathy Stoddard-Torrey. I don't know about you, but this time of year I see a lot of things on my Facebook feed and in the publications that I read around New Year's resolutions. And I want to look at them from just a little bit different perspective, because a New Year's resolution is really just a behavior change. You want to do something new or do something differently. And there's lots of research on behavior change that can help us. So the first thing when you're looking at a New Year's resolution, a behavior change, is why. Why do you want to do it? Because a lot of the New Year's resolutions that we make are shoulds. I should do this. I should exercise more. I should eat better. That's not very motivating. So what we want to do is, maybe you do want to exercise and eat better, but let's find the reason why that resonates with you. Okay, so for example, I've eaten too much over the holidays and I could stand to lose a few pounds. So why? Well, my clothes would fit better. Not a reason that's resonating with me. All right, what resonates with me is I know I have an ideal weight. It's within my body mass index, but doesn't put me in the model category. For a woman who's 55 years old, it's a nice weight to be. And I know that when I'm at that weight, my clothes do fit better. But what really resonates with me is at that weight, I am more energetic. I'm more motivated. When I come up the stairs, I can come up the stairs and not be out of breath at the top of the stairs. My knees feel better. And that feeling of vitality that comes from my ideal weight. And that for me is my big why. Now, your big why may be something else entirely. It may be that feeling that you get when you can run with a little kid, play with them, get down on the floor. Or if you're a really super athletic person, that high from running the long distances and getting longer and longer, and that's easier with less weight. So whatever it is, it's finding your big why. Because when things get tough, that's what you pull out. So I hold on to that feeling of energy and vitality. And when I go in the pantry and there's a bit of chocolate in the back and I go in to get it, I look at it and I think, will this be more enjoyable, bring more positivity into my life to eat this chocolate now than that feeling of vitality and energy that I get when I'm at my ideal weight? And the answer is no. That little bit of chocolate in that moment does not bring me the same sense of satisfaction and the things that I'm looking for as being at my ideal weight. It's the motivation. It's when you kind of think you're not going to make it, it's sort of the anchor that you hold on to pull yourself back closer to your goal. So a lot of New Year's resolutions, behavior changes fail because we don't really hold on or define our big why, the reason that resonates with our hearts. All right, the next one is fully grounded in research, and that is write it down. I was talking to one person and she said, well, I don't make resolutions. I just want to get better every year. That is a great sentiment. However, every study shows that if you have a goal and you want to achieve something, write it down. Your chances of achieving it are much, much better if you write it down. So whatever it is, whether it's losing 3 pounds, 5 pounds, exercising 5 times a week, write it down. I don't know why it works. No one can exactly explain why it works, but it does. So don't question it. Just write it down if you want to be successful, if you're truly committed. Okay, the third person, this one's dicey sometimes for me, and it is tell someone. So, of course, we all know that if you have an exercise buddy, someone that you're reading with, you're more motivated because someone else is expecting you to finish, to complete, so you can talk to them about it or exercise with them. So telling other people, a lot of times in coaching, if someone's trying to change a behavior, we'll say, well, tell the people that work with you what you're trying to do and ask them for your help and support. Now, I've done that. And you have to be able to take feedback and you have to welcome their comments once you've included them. because I head for the pantry for chocolate, and my husband says, "Oh, you sure you want to eat that?" No, and he's right, and it annoys me, and it shouldn't. He's helping me, and I've asked him to help me. So just keep that perspective in mind. When you're including people in, they are trying to help you, and it's important that we accept their help graciously. All right, so those are 3 things that can really help you make a behavior change and be successful at it. Now, if you're kind of just stuck or unmotivated, or you don't know exactly, what you want to make for a New Year's resolution or any sort of behavior change in your life, I have some suggestions. Right? The first one is declutter your life. I'm amazed at what a difference it makes in my life and my client's life. Many life coaches start off by saying the first thing we're going to do is get rid of things, because you can't really bring in new behaviors and new things if you don't have room. And most people I talk to are super, super busy. So, physical things, if you don't love it and you don't use it, get rid of it. That has been a wonderful test for my husband and I. We've gotten rid of so many things, and it's a much more relaxed atmosphere for me to walk into fewer things and less clutter. Now, decluttering your life can also mean getting rid of relationships that drain you and activities that you don't enjoy. It's important to ask, do I really like doing this? Is there a benefit? Is it something that's important or resonates with my values? And if the answer is no, then how can you get out of it gracefully, or limit time with either a person or an activity? It's super important to look at your life and get rid of the clutter, the things that are draining your energy. Now, the next piece I want to talk about is behavior research from a man named Richard Boyatzis. And he studied executives who suffer quite a bit from burnout. And what he discovered is that in order to avoid burnout, we need to include moments of rejuvenation every day. So it's a really great resolution to decide that you are going to include in every day a moment of rejuvenation. Now, in his study, they came up with 4 categories for these moments of rejuvenation. They are a hope, compassion, mindfulness, and playfulness. So let's talk about those. So for hope, it's talking about the future. Talking with someone else about the future in a positive way. It could be creating a vision board, a notebook with pictures that inspire you or sayings. Any one of those would fall into the category of hope. Now, compassion is helping someone else. It can be having a loving relationship, or having a pet that you can pet. Very relaxing. Helping other people. I work with groups of women who are starting their lives over. I teach them life skills. And that feeling that you get from helping others, it's warm. It's almost like an achievement. It feels very, very good. And it does depend on your attitude, because if I'm helping someone else, like maybe a child with homework, and I'm in a distracted sort of way, and I'm not fully present, and I'm not getting that feeling of truly helping another human being, then that isn't an act of compassion. So how you feel about what you're doing, even if it's helping someone, really matters in that moment of rejuvenation. Now, mindfulness can be meditation, prayer, Tai Chi, even walking in silence. It's a way to quiet your mind in a positive way. And the last one is playfulness. And that's anything that makes you laugh or smile. And that can be, funny things, notes, watching something funny, reading a comic book, whatever it is for you that feels playful and fun is playfulness. Now, here's the key. Most of us have what we consider to be our work. All right, and that can be work at a job, work at home, work caring for a home. But we have like those activities that we consider to be work. And then we have those activities that we consider to be rest and rejuvenation from the work. It's important to incorporate one moment of rejuvenation during what you consider your work day. Right? Not only that your rejuvenation happens outside it, but that you find one of those moments, and it doesn't have to be the same each day, they can be different, but that you find a moment within what you consider to be work to have a moment of rejuvenation in order to maintain a sense of positivity and well-being in your overall life. Now, another piece from Richard Boyatzis, in his behavior change model, he says we have where we are, and it's important to get a clear picture of where we are, and then a clear picture of where we want to go, what we want to be, our goal, our accomplishment that we want to achieve. And that's the finding the big why, the writing it down, the telling other people here, and then looking at the gap. Like, I'm here, my weight now, and I want to be here, my ideal weight. How do I do that? And then it's determining the steps that will help you get from here to here. Keeping in mind that you're going to hold on to your big why with each one of those. And it might be walking 3 times a day for me, or exercising, or taking a yoga class. Whatever it is, I define it as helping me get from where I am to where I want to be. And any time that I start to feel like, oh, I don't really want to do this, I pull in my big why. So remember that a New Year's resolution is just a behavior change. Don't give it any more power than it deserves. And the most important thing in any behavior change is drawing a line in the sand in front of you, stepping over it, and truly committing to do or be different.